Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. Today we are back in Benjamin Rush State Park to look at what I think is pretty much the last little hidden thing. I say hidden because some people do know about it, but the very last hidden thing that there is to look at. Now I'm sure that there is plenty of stuff here in these woods that maybe 99% of the people don't know about, and they're there. And if you know of anything in here that I have not covered that's really cool, feel free to put that in the comments and let me know. But what we're going to look at today is the cemetery, the graveyard. Very small, but it was a graveyard for the freed slaves over 200 years ago. And this was made by the Quakers. So in being Quakers, they generally don't use headstones or markers of any kind. But it was told to me that there was a group of people that, at least for a little while anyway, were coming down here and taking care of this place, and they put a sign up there. So I haven't been back here in a long time, and when I was back here I didn't know that that was here, but I had gone past it many times. So let me turn the camera around, let me show you what I'm seeing, because this is a really cool part. Like, Benjamin Rush State Park is behind me, and the Flyers field is off that way. And well, let me just show you what's ahead of me. So here is the road that is ahead of me here. And now this is not the same road that that goes out to the bridge near Neshaminy Inn. I think this was the road that somebody told me was called Burling Road. Not 100% sure if that is this road, but you can see it's that same old cement with the stones in it that we had seen prior to this in the different locations I went. And this apparently used to be a well-traveled road during the days when Byberry Hospital, or Philadelphia State Hospital, whichever you'd like to call it, back when that was active, because somewhere back in here is the old sewage treatment plant that I went to, that I called a water treatment plant. It's a big puddle here. See, now it just rained. Today is Friday, June 16th, I believe. And I wanted to come out and do an early morning video, but we've been having rain and thunderstorms off and on throughout the morning. What I wanted to do was, based on the namesake of the park way back there, what I wanted to do was a video on Benjamin Rush and the place where his house used to be. Now, there's nothing to really see there now. It's Rushwood Apartments. I was hoping that it was correct what I was told about his wife and children being buried on the property and that they were still there. I was going to go visit it. But I was told that that information was not correct, that they were buried at a cemetery down in Center City somewhere, or near Center City. I think 5th and Arch. Okay, we are definitely here because I see the sign through the brush. Just got to go around this puddle here. There it is, Byberry Township African American Burial Ground. So this is what's really weird about this is, one time when I was back here, I had gone up into there. And I don't remember why. It might have been while I was working at one point. But let's see if there's a better way to get in there. If not, I'll go up that way. Looked like a little bit of a clearing over here. And again, there's no markers of any kind. Yeah, this is much easier. And then there's this. I wonder, is that just being held up by the rocks? It might be in the ground. It's hard to tell. But there used to be a fence that went around this. And I don't know if it's all this land or if it's just the part up front there. But there used to be a fence around this about 200 years ago. And the Quakers used to come out and take care of this place. Now, somewhere in the last 100 years, they stopped taking care of it. And of course, as such, nature took over, it got overgrown. And then I guess it was sometime in the last 4 years, 3 years, the one researcher slash YouTuber for Rustic Ventures had come across the information about this place, and she just wanted to make it known to everyone. It took her a while to find exactly where it was, but she did find it, and she wrote articles on it. She was interviewed about it on multiple occasions. Let me get out of the higher weeds here. There we go. And I don't know what happened that the people that were cleaning this up stopped doing it, but I think maybe efforts should be combined throughout a lot of people in the area to come here and try to clean this up as much as we can. Maybe see if we can pinpoint the exact location of the building, yeah. See, I'm used to saying that, of the cemetery, and mark it off. Maybe get another fence going around it, and continue to come in here at least every other week as a group, get rid of all the weeds, and just try to maintain this place. I see something sticking out of the ground, and there's also a lot of concrete here, but that does not necessarily mean anything. I mean, we know that the road was right down there, and you know, it could be pieces of the road, it could be pieces of something else that was here at some point. I see a pipe sticking out of the ground. I wonder if this was maybe the people who were trying to take care of it, if they were trying to mark off where the cemetery was. Now, I know this tree here, right here, it almost looks like vines that grew into a tree. And I know it's not that big, but it's fitting that it's like right in the center of this front part. So I don't know if that was intentional and it's like really, really old and it just never got big. I highly doubt that. I'm looking around for other markers. See, that's I don't think that's a pipe. I think that's just a stick sticking out. Yeah. And there's some bricks in here. You can see them like right in there. So there's just a lot of debris from the roads and buildings that were around in this area. But it really, really is a shame that this place has fallen into the state that it's in. Now, I'm sure it looks a heck of a lot better than it did before those who were cleaning it up came here. And I'm not sure, and if you're one of those people that came here to help clean this up, first of all, thank you very, very much. And secondly, let me know if efforts are still going on, and I would not mind being a part of that. Strange, this area is just all flat and almost void of greenery. When I talked to park officials, they were under the impression that there was just one person buried here, one freed slave from 200 some years ago. And that, as I found out, is not the case. And I do believe that Kathy over at Rustic Ventures found out the same thing, that it's multiple people that are here. And it's a shame that there hasn't been more done than the sign. Now, I understand the people that put that sign there, sorry if the camera's going all over the place. I'm finding things on the ground. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a piece of the fence. But I don't think there's anything left of that. But the people that were taking care of this, I'm sure they're the ones that had that sign put up, or they put it up themselves. And that's great that we at least have that. But as you saw when I was at the sign, the weeds are taking over that sign itself. So some kind of group effort has to be done. And if it's the fact that you guys just didn't have enough help or enough time, again, reach out to me, send me a message, either put a comment in the video or send me a message on my Facebook. Let me know what the status is of your group and if you could use more help, because I'm sure there's more than just myself who would like to help to make this place, you know, as beautiful as we can, to pay homage to the people that are here. And again, you could see concrete and stones and stuff like that. I highly doubt that they had concrete in the burial grounds here. Cemetery, graveyard, whichever you want to call it. That pipe does, I don't know. I don't see any others. Let me give that a tug on that pipe, see if it's like really in there. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's deep in there. And it doesn't look old enough to be 200 years old as part of the fence. So I'm not sure what that would have been for, or if that was indeed put here by the people who came and took care of this place as a marker of some kind. There really is a feeling of like solemnness, if that's a word, but also peace as well. Of course, I feel that everywhere I go when I'm in nature, but yeah, you can really feel it here. And I see a lot of gnats flying around, but they're not really bothering me, and I probably shouldn't have said that. So to those who were buried here, I apologize that you went forgotten for so long. I have to wonder, they say that the Quakers buried these people here, and not far from here, as you may remember in a much earlier video of mine, is the Byberry Friends Quaker Meeting House. And they do have some really old records of their area there, of everybody that's buried in that cemetery there. I gotta wonder if I reach out to them and ask them if they have records of this. I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't be the first person to do so, because, you know, a lot of people that know the story know that it was Quakers, and that's the closest place that still has Quakers, basically. So this is strange, just the way this formed. It's like a ditch that comes down and then goes out. Curious terrain, but I'm sure that people have contacted them, and that if they did have any records, that they probably already shared them. But I'm still going to reach out to them, maybe shoot them an email and remind them of who I am, and see if they will, you know, if they will provide any information that they might have, so that I might help in some way with not only the upkeep of this place if needed, but also the you know, finding out where everything was, to be able to mark it off, so that maybe I could raise money for us to get another fence put in. I've raised money once before. And looking down here, you can see a bit of blacktop. So there was at some time a path here, and it does keep going that way. But I know that will eventually end me up over by the Flyers field over at Benjamin Rush, I think. Let me take a look. Well, there's definitely blacktop under me right now. I mean, there were all kinds of roads back here, like I had mentioned. But just in the direction that it's heading, I would say that that's probably where it's going to end me up. And I know I've been back here before. When I first started looking for the sewage plant, I remember these pieces of concrete all around me here. But yeah, so this is going to lead me back up to there, so I know that for sure, because I was going the exact wrong way when I was looking for it, and I had to call in help from a friend, my friend Chris, and he took me right to it. I do still wonder what the deal is with this. I mean, is it just a marker? Is it just all the rocks that were found? And I don't know, because there are still quite a few up there, so I don't think that's it. It's got to have some kind of meaning. And here once again is the sign, Byberry Township, African American Burial Ground. Yeah, it truly is sad how long that place had gone unknown and forgotten about. But if we continue to spread the word about this, you know, make videos, write articles, talk about it in person, maybe on live feeds, things like that, maybe it will get the recognition that it needs, so that someone can come out and you know, we can get this taken care of. We can get it looking the way it once did. Had to bend down a little bit there. A little bit of a low bridge. But yeah, I mean, why not? It's a piece of history and we still have it. Now, I know a lot of the debate was on who that belonged to, whether it fell on the property line of the state park or if it was the city, because I think at this point, I mean, that may be Bensalem, that may be Northeast Philly. It's hard to tell. I'm not somebody that knows the border lines exactly. I know that the Pequestion Creek is the natural border between Bensalem and Philly, and that, from where we're standing, is down that way, and then it kind of curves around over here. But so I guess that would still be technically considered Northeast Philly. And I don't know, we'll have to see what we can come up with. Also, if you watched the video, well, one of my early videos when I came here, when I first started searching for the sewage plant, and I found some parts of it, like the septic tanks or whatever, but I didn't find the actual plant until I came back here with my friend Chris. You might remember me coming across this thing that kind of looks like a well, but it's like square, and I thought, you know, it does look old, and I would have to think that this had something to do with the sewage plant, or something to do with Byberry, because I mean, that's the only thing really that's been here that I know of. So now we are back in Benjamin Rush State Park, and I am heading back to the car. So I want to thank you for coming along on this little fun adventure. I know it's not as in-depth as some of the other ones that I've done, but I had to come out and do something on my day off. I had to make a video somehow, and I figured why not go there, because I had mentioned that that was the last thing there really was for me to see in here, unless somebody knows of something that's hidden, some kind of hidden treasure within the property line or walking distance, and I can check it out. But yeah, thank you for coming along, and make sure you check out my merch shop. The link will be in the description. And prices have been lowered, as I mentioned multiple times, as much as I could lower them. And also, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Once you do that, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be sure to be notified as soon as I upload new videos or when I go live. Also, if you could do me a favor and click that thumbs up button right underneath the video, that would help me greatly, and maybe drop a comment. Anyway, all that said, I guess I will be getting out of here. I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.